Buddy, how are you doing this fine evening? I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. I'm very excited for today because about a month ago we, together with you, I hit 500 subscribers. Woohoo! Yeah, that's awesome. And it made me think about doing this kind of live stream where I share a little bit of my history, the top takeaways, and how it changed my life. I felt a little bit of imposter syndrome kicking in this morning because it's done a lot of times, and how much value can I add? I don't know. But I thought it was fun to just share what I've learned actually by creating these kinds of videos. I also made a notes because yeah, I'm a little bit hectic sometimes, although I must say doing these YouTube live streams really helped me with being able to filter down my thoughts a lot better than I used to. So that's already a very good thing. But I wanted to start out before we go into our top takeaways. I have my notes there and how it changed me. I want to share how I started. And it was very fun to take a trip down memory lane. I started with this kind of website. It was built in the first version from Mambo to Human, if I remember correctly. And as you can see, it's in 2006. So it's almost 20 years ago. I feel old. I feel really old. And as you can see, it's in Dutch. It has some built-in feature, and this was made with, what's it called? Tables, and then you could do a background image, and that's what I did here, a repeating background image, and this is how it showed. And I wrote all kinds of PHP scripts, and it was very fun to do. Wield Yankovic, White and Nerdy was one of the latest posts, so it was really fun. Hey, little brother, how are you doing? Nice for you to join. How are you? By the way, I got your message. Just wanted to say you, yeah, I can kind of see that you could remember this website. It was the one where I also posted Bleach and One Piece. Oh, 2006. It's a very long time ago. And I first discovered how to use Photoshop. I guess it was CS2 or something in 2006, and I created this kind of website. It was very fun to do. One of my first websites using a proper CMS. Before that I used Cute News and didn't work as expected, and this had way more things in there, like the rating and adjusting things. Yeah, and this is where I started. 1,005 visitors in total, so not monthly, but totally. And from this, I went to the next website. So this is a little bit of history, and this can still be seen. It's on the web archive. I will put this in the chat as well for later reference if people comment later and want to see. I also built this website. It was my second website for Joomla, and you had. Yeah, there's new news, and there's some videos. What goes around comes around. Ooh, that was from Justin Timberlake, if I remember correctly. It was the first video that I put there. And in here, I also said, are you interested in a website? I can create one. Just message me and I will create a few. And there are also some old school websites that I built as well. Ah, man, this really takes me back. This is where I started. It didn't look that good, if you can see as this as well, but that was the things we had back in that time. We didn't have access to a nice tool like Figma whatsoever. Everything was done in Photoshop, and I still remember that I need to cut and paste and try to get things in properly, and gradients was kind of the hype, and I was a trendsetter with doing dark mode. Now everybody uses it, but it was me who started it in 2006. No, I'm kidding. I didn't start it in 2006. Yeah, and this is where my journey started. This is also for the video part, because I wanted to create some kind of video website, but I didn't go through with it from 2000 to 2007. Wow, that's a long time ago. Really takes me back, brings, and as you can see, an avatar that I made back then. And then this was going on for a couple of whiles because I want to be a web blogger or sharing content that I like online. It didn't take off. Very strange. But I loved creating websites. I loved doing the design part. I loved doing the coding part. I wasn't the best designer or coder, but for those times, it was good enough to get things done. And then a couple of years later, 2019, I started a business kind of website in WordPress. It was one of my first WordPress websites. It was for collecting reviews for laptops, and that's where I started for Techies Reviews. Then back then it was called Crowny, as you can see. Or Crony, if you put it in the English translator. And my goal here was to get a passive kind of income via affiliate marketing. But who will notice that getting affiliate commissions from websites like these, where I collect all kinds of reviews from the internet, wouldn't take off, and it was very competitive back then already. But I had fun creating the websites, creating the design, and just iterating. And then I created this version that was on techies.review. And when I changed the domain name, I also wanted to change the color scheme and the layout. You probably recognize the color scheme because that's the one that I'm still using. And it was for collecting reviews still. You could see the which reviewer was there, and I put a lot of thought in it on how to do it. I used some custom fields to get metadata in there. This is, by the way, using Rehab theme, so it's very, very awesome to see this back. This is the estimate price. It was using Content Egg, which is a affiliate marketing kind of website tool plugin that you can use. And in here, I was just collecting all kinds of reviews, as you can see, and it was using all kinds of ACF kind of things, but it was still a little bit quick and dirty, and want to reiterate that to be correct. So using relationship fields, very technical stuff, but it was fun to do. And I started to dive into a more defined branding and style that I wanted to use. And this was last year in 2003, just before I changed my ways for Techies Reviews from doing affiliate marketing to going over to web design things. And here I started to see that, do I really like collecting all these kind of things? I used AI a little bit to help me get the things that reviewers liked. I collected all reviews, tried to summarize them from the summary, create this kind of list, and then just put it on my website. There were things, and here we have reviews again. And then I started wondering, I was a little bit playing around with creating videos, and this was my first video that I made. It has 516 views, so that's pretty a lot for me, and it was very fun to do. I used something called InVideo. It's a video making tool, and it was the first time that I got into creating a video, and it took off for someone with 0 subscribers, which I really loved. I loved the way that I could make something, I could do a little bit creativity within using video, and also try to inform people about the changes that the particular laptop had. What I missed, though, was being able to talk. So, and I was wondering, do I really want to continue collecting all kinds of reviews from all websites every time? And the answer was no. I wanted to do something differently, because the way my heart was filled with joy with doing this kind of side project was creating the website itself, was thinking about how will the structure be, what kind of typefaces will there be used, what kind of colors will be used, how could we improve all the kinds of section information architecture So that's a very difficult word to say. But thinking about the information on the page, how should this be shown? What kind of titles are people interested in? And how could this be laid out? And how could this be shown? And how could I technically get everything in there? And I love doing this. I love just building all the parts and all the stuff for this website. I mean, each review is connected to a reviewer who has a archive, and yeah, you have reviewer laptop mag, and there you can see all the reviews from doesn't look good anymore, and here you have all the reviews from review mag, and that sort of things, that's what I love to do. And I was thinking, if there's a way that I could bring my knowledge to a point, to somewhere, architecture, yes, thank you, brother. Was there some way that I could share my knowledge and show what I can do with all these kinds of fun things? And then I came across GreenShift. And here's my first video of GreenShift. It's posted about a year ago, and it was for the stacking of the animations. And it was very fun to do. I can put it in the chat as well. Hi Dave, how are you? Just checking in. I'll be back in a while. Take your time. You can always rewatch this. This isn't my typical live stream where I build things, but it's just showing what I did and how I come to this point where we are at now. So, but feel free to watch. I love that you see a little bit of my history. It's always fun and also scary to share, to be fair. Because I'm exposing what I did in the past and where I am at now and how things changed. But I noticed a tool called GreenShift. Probably seen a couple of videos inside of my YouTube channel. If you haven't, please have a look. And here you see a lot of videos and some kind of branding going on. And what I loved about this is that I can play around with animations, that I can see and understand and also visually see what's actually happening and how things are changing. It was the first time that I felt like, wow, this is amazing. And I saw that there weren't a lot of people talking about this. And I was like, there needs to be a change for this, because GreenShift is such an awesome tool. I used it for my affiliate marketing website. Now I want to use it for different kind of things as well. I also saw something like breaks, and I came from Cadence, but I wasn't interested in using Cadence because, yeah, it didn't fit my style. And I didn't want to use bricks as well. So I started using GreenShift and created this first tutorial. A lot of people found this very helpful. It helped people. It helped people understand how to use the animations within GreenShift, and was like, well, if I can help you with these kind of things, why don't I do more videos about it? And that's what I did. And people start asking kind of things, well, how do you start? How do you build a website? So I posted this video. It was my first video that hit 1,000 views, which got me very excited. I was like, hell yeah, the adrenaline rush when I reached it, I think a half year later than I posted it. I was like, hell yeah, this is what I want to do. I want to teach people how to create websites, but I also want them to understand how you can utilize GreenShift in all these kinds of ways that you build a website. And it was just an amazing experience. I love teaching. I love sharing my experience. I love showing how you could do this step by step. And I loved all of this. Though when I got started, I was a little bit afraid of showing my face, so I didn't do that in all these videos. So they are kind of faceless, but I was like, yeah, there needs to be a recognizable face on the website. So on the videos, I'm sorry. And here is my first face reveal, where I showed my face really on the videos, and just shared a little bit of my experience. And in here, I shared how you can use templates and have a reading progress bar on the top of the website. It was amazing. And this is just 1 year ago. So sounds like it was a long time ago, but it wasn't. And yeah, it was just such an amazing experience. And I want everybody to have that kind of feeling. So I wanted to share my top takeaways. So there was a little bit of history of what I did. So if anybody is considering at all times to start with a YouTube channel in a similar or other niche, the one thing I can recommend is find a Facebook group or any other community where you can be active, where you can see what people are struggling with or need help with or have questions for, and try to create videos about that topic, about that thing that interests you. I mean, there's a specific reason why you are in that community. You want to share things with like-minded people. And it's, at least that was for me the case. And that's how this channel also changed me. I found people that are like-minded like me. And that's what I loved about it. People who like creating websites, who like experimenting with some tools. I have a few people that I come in contact with on a regular basis. And that's such an amazing feeling that people with similar interests are getting together. Not only by this YouTube channel, but also in the Facebook groups. It's just awesome to not be the only one that have these kinds of struggles and these kind of things. My second tip, if you want to get started, is just record. The first kind of videos are just awesome. You shouldn't expect anything from the first type of videos because it will be your worst videos, and that's okay. Just accept the fact that it won't be the most perfect video. Just hit record and start publishing. Try to answer simple questions you already found the answer to and see if it is helpful for anybody. But the main goal is to get interested. Hey there, the skating choreographer. That's a name. Wow. He does know Dave Dan. That's nice. How nice of you to join, by the way. That's awesome. So just start recording. Just hit publish and go with the flow. Just see how things turn out, and yeah, just own the awkwardness you're in. You're in an awkward spot when you first talk to a camera and don't see anybody else but a camera. It doesn't look anything like different. I mean, I'm not literally looking at this camera because I have a different camera over there, but it's just not a very awkward feeling. And that's a hurdle you need to come over. You need to be able to feel and talk the normal kind of way that you would like to talk to friends and people you know. The third tip that I have is try to make a video every week, because that's the fastest way to grow, to at least have a video every week, to have experience, to understand how difficult this is. And if you don't have time for one video a week, you can also do once every 2 weeks or once every 3 weeks. But the main goal is to get some experience in, to understand how you can make videos and to get comfortable with these kinds of things. Just know that you're experimenting. You're just trying things out. I see a lot of things coming here. So funny that you're talking about it. Me and Dave Dan have been talking about videos, and I'm shit scared to start my videos. Please try to start, just post one video, because nobody's gonna watch it. The first video that I posted was about laptops and reviews. I mean, nobody watched it. It's very funny that you have talked about with Dave Dan about it, and it feels very awkward. And the more you do it, the more easy it feels to talk. I still have a very big issue with my brain being in Dutch sometimes and my speaking being in English, so sometimes there's a translation layer going on that I need to find the correct words. So that was one of the biggest hurdles. Although we did talk a little bit in English, the art of the monologue. Yes, I can deal with no one watching at first. Well, there you go. When are you starting your channel? And I will see your second video then. And this kind of conversation is very funny to read, because my last point, literally my last point on this section is have fun. Just have fun doing this. I've been experimenting with latest kind of videos. Let's see if I can see them, and just try to have fun with it. My last video, I tried to do some acting in there. It was really bad, and I know it was really bad, but I had so much fun doing it because it was just experimenting and seeing how it works. I also had one where I couldn't find the word. I mean, just like I said, I couldn't find translate things well enough. So I was like, all right, there's a mistake in there. I reiterated the word, I think 3 or 4 times, but I just did it because it was fun, and I just used that little section that I couldn't say diagonal in a proper way, and I just had fun with playing around with the transfer tools and some splitting and going on. It was very nice to do. So don't be afraid to have fun. And with all these things that I learned and that I really think should be reason why you should start a channel in the niche and how you should do it. I also want to share how things changed me. For a very long time, I didn't feel like I fit in very well, even at work where all kinds of engineers are walking around. And the reason being because I don't feel like a real engineer. I don't feel like a real designer. I don't feel like a real marketer or whatsoever. I feel like someone who likes to build things, build websites, do the technical part of automation, but also research on how you could do the proper way of writing down and looking in the structures. So, and I couldn't find any job or any other people that have similar interests. And by creating videos, by being active in communities, I finally found my place. I found people that are like-minded. And that was so revealing to me that I finally found people that do and love to do the same thing. It also helped me with organizing my thoughts, because I am very chaotic. I really can be sure that my colleague that I'm working with as a UX designer can just say, yes, you are very chaotic. My brain just goes haywire when some questions are asked. Ooh, I see here the question right inside here. No, it wasn't fun. It was fun. I love to RP every chance I get. It's so fun and nice. Do you learn web design and development by yourself? Yes, I did. I learned, I back in my days when I was very, very young, in 2006. Let's see if I can find the image. And then I also need to share. So creating this design, it wasn't the perfect design, but I learned it by online tutorials, and that's why I also started my video tutorials, because I just wanted to get people to know how you can get started, and want to give back what I learned in 2006 when I was a very young guy. 2006, it's almost 20 years ago, so I was 16 years old when I made this website, and there were a few tutorials showing you how to do things. There weren't a lot. There were a lot of fora or forum or foras. I don't know how you say that word nowadays, which was an alternative to social media, and you could ask questions to people. How do you do this? And I could follow all kinds of tutorials to get to a kind of design and doing PHP requests and changes in HTML. And that's how I started. So I learned it by myself, just trying it out. I wasn't the person that got out into the world and doing all kinds of things. I was just a person sitting inside behind my computer, typing things and creating websites and doing some awesome stuff. I loved it. I love to do it. So that really takes into the next point. That I love just sharing and teaching ideas and concepts that I've learned throughout the past. Although a lot of imposter syndrome is still there, and that's something that I need to learn to let go, because I do know that I have a lot of experience. I mean, it's almost 20 years ago that I started the journey of creating websites. Why not share that experience? Why not share how I did things? And how it changed and how I have the ideas right now. So I love those things. I also learned a lot of new tools. Because of doing YouTube, I got access to tools that I didn't have access to before. Some of them I got for free, some of them were with a discount or were lowly paid. So that was also a very awesome experience. I never thought that would happen to me with just under 500 subscribers, but it did happen. And I love the idea that I could play around with a new tool and just experience how it is. It's just amazing. For instance, CrocoBlock reached out and they asked me, could you, here you have access to the tool, could you just make content? And I was like, I don't know what Jet Engine does. Or CrocoBlock does. I've heard about Jet Engine, but I didn't know it was from CrocoBlock. And I need to take a sip as well. And I started to play around with it and was like, well, this is similar to ACF. But this is way more powerful. And then I came across Mark Szyminski, who was also a YouTube and content creator for WordPress in WordPress Space. So, and now I have been in contacts with him during live streams of it sometimes. And that's amazing. He shares also a very big curiosity on how WordPress works. And it's very fun to see his journey and what he learns. Nice. Minty. Very strong minty. Mark is awesome. Yeah. Together with Brandon, they are a very good team, I think. But that's also how YouTube changed what I could do and what I have. And also I got my first 2 clients. It was very nice. As you might know, I've been so very difficult. I've been working on this website. Dave Dan also, yeah, he is. Yeah, I've also been in contact with Dave Dan the last few days, and he was inspired by me. I'm so humbled about it. He was inspired by me to also do the live streams thing again. He did in the past, and he has one planned about accessibility. I also would like to talk to him about accessibility and what the first steps could be to take, because it's a very new concept to me. That's yeah, very spicy minty. And I don't know how it how I could improve the accessibility of websites and if it's needed for every website, for example. But this was a client who found me through YouTube, but also through LinkedIn, and was like, could you create a website for me? I was like, hell yeah. I like to do this, and we collaborated on the first version that you see right here. So on the 19th, in 2 days. So hopefully I will be joining, because there's a little bit of difficulties in the time that he set. I believe it's about 5 o'clock or something. But surely go watch Dave Dan's videos. And this was the first design and thing that I got from what's called from my YouTube channel, and it made possible that I could buy other tools as well. So I've invested in SureCard so I could upgrade my current store, and also want to work a little bit on the user experience for that reason, which is nice. So with that in mind, I have also thought about, all right, how would the future look like? Look good, bro. Nice. YouTube brought you some clients. Yeah, it's really awesome. That's pretty good. Thanks. I don't believe this is my best work, to be honest. If you ask me, you have 3 levels of design. So the first level, level 0, let's start there, is not great content, and it's just using, I used Brixies for this, and it's just using the wireframes without even trying to do a lot of changes, maybe add an image, different text in there. So that's level 0. Level 1 would be thinking about the copywriting. Level 2 would be adding some colors. So if you ask me, this design is level 2 of the design levels that you can go into, and level 3 would be the having in there the design accents as well, and really think about how people will navigate this website, not having the common 2-section layout. It really cringes a little bit, if you ask me. And try to do a little bit different, but still keeping the use. Oh, this is bad. Keeping the usability. As you can see here, this is for me level 1. So there's custom text in there, but if you look at the colors, it's not a very good color. It's just a neutral, very neutral colors, and doesn't have any personality. So I want to upgrade this to a level 3 at least. And level 4 will be going nuts with all WebGL and that sort of things that I don't want to bother with, to be fair. But creating these kinds of websites also made me think, do I want to do this in the future as well? The amount of time that I spend creating websites, talking with customers, it's a very lengthy process, to be fair. Even for this version, it was his first website, so that's okay. But I also am working on a very lengthy process for a website, and it's just taking a lot of time, and I don't know if I want to do that. So I've been thinking, what can I do to make your lives easier, but also to have a second kind of income so I can do this full time, because I love doing this. And I was asking ChatGPT, I just asked, what could I do to make this a full-time kind of thing? And then it came to me, it hit me. I'm already doing it, actually. I'm creating sections of websites and creating animations and creating videos about these sections that I'm creating. So why not just continuing on doing this? So I won't be taking any clients any soon. Perhaps I will do some kind of consultancy, because that I expect doesn't take a lot of time. So I can focus still on creating videos. And the reason being, it's now on hold because I'm doing 2 or 3 client projects, and I can't make a lot of videos because I only have 3 evenings to work on my YouTube channel. So I will be creating more sections after I've done the clients. I will be creating more sections, also thinking about level 3 designs instead of level 2 designs. And I will be working on pages, not only in Greenshift, also in Bricks Builder, because I think Bricks Builder is just an amazing tool. Now, they have already a lot of libraries in there, but I don't believe they have free libraries in there. They are all paid. So I want to do a simple 2000-esque design. So a level 2 design. Having that available for free, just for everybody to use. And then people can purchase an upgrade to a level 3 version where the designs are more pretty and where there's well thought animations in there as well. So that's my goal for the next steps for this YouTube channel, and stop doing the client work because it's just a very tedious project. And I don't know if I want to do that. Let's see what's... some people just need basic sites and practice is never wrong. Yes, I do agree. And it was a lot of fun to do. So, Anic host, wow. How much time does it generally take to create a website from scratch? It depends. So, this is a level 2 website. Very easy, very fast actually. This could take, I would say, 3 days. Something like that. Maybe 4. Because you're talking to the customer, you're thinking about all the things that needs to go in there. They don't have a real goal yet, so you need to help think about the text as well. Luckily, he wrote it, so it saved me a lot of time. I only needed to focus on getting the design in, getting the technical parts in, and that cost me about 3 or 4 days. But just know it was all in the evenings and during lunchtime as well. So it's very scattered, but I think it's about 4 days, so it was pretty fast actually. To be honest, lengthy projects are quite hard. I'd have very hard time adapting to it because it feels like it's never ending. Switching to hopefully a passive income from 2025. Wow, that's exciting. I'm very curious. What are you planning to do? Would love to see different kinds of insights, how you can create some kind of passive income or just being able to do your hobby more. And also, I would love to spend more time with my kids and family. My kids are going to primary school, and then they have a lot of holidays that I can't join them because we have 25 holidays we can use throughout the year. And my kids have like vacation in autumn, vacation in spring, vacation in the summer. And summer is 6 weeks. In autumn is 2 weeks. In December, don't forget that one, is also 2 weeks. And then you have spring also 1 or 2 weeks, I guess. So there's a lot more things that they are going to have holidays on, and I can't be there because I need to work. And that's making me sad. So I want to look for alternatives to get some kind of income and still having fun doing so, and also be able to join them on holidays. That will be a very nice things on holidays. Yes, there's almost always on holidays. The kids are very spoiled here in the Netherlands. Spoiled brats. Nice plans. It's nice to have some alternatives in terms of income. Yeah, diversify, right? So hopefully that will pan out as I hoped. And those are my plans and things that I have learned actually in the past and things that I'm doing. Are there any questions you like to ask, like to know on my journey, on this YouTube journey we're going on together? If you don't mind, can you tell more about your kids? I'm pretty sure you're a great dad. Thank you. Yeah, I've 2 very young kids, aged 3 to 7. I don't know if I want to tell you more. Kidding. I've 2 young kids, very young. They're below 4 years old, so they're just very young, very cute. I love to play with them and cuddle them and play them, throw them in the air if I can. The oldest is a little bit careful, and the youngest is very daring. So they're very cute. These kids are great. Thanks, bro. Yeah, and they challenge each other very much. They're also always screaming, so we get a lot of hurt in our ears because they don't agree a lot. But yeah, that's what happens, right? They're still young, they're still learning. I mean, to be fair, me and my little brother, who's in the chat as well, didn't get along very well when we were younger. Luckily, it's a little bit better nowadays. But yeah, they're two very lovely kids, and I just love seeing them, love playing around with them, having fun with them. The eldest is now going to primary school, and she came back the past days, and she started saying, "Poo, poopy butt." Those kind of things, only in Dutch, of course, because she isn't English. But I couldn't stop laughing. I just found it very fun that she's in that phase. It's just on another level, and being able to spend more time with them there's nothing else that I can wish more than be able to do that while still providing a lot of value through the YouTube channel, through making things that I love to do. Yeah, and that's the goal in life, right? Creating things that you love, doing things full-time that you love to do, but having a lot of time to spend with family and kids as well, without even thinking about it or worrying about a lot of things that you need to take account of or you need to do. And also, my kids are often very sick, and then my girlfriend also tries to join them when they're sick. And then I need to take care of the kids, which means I need to take up poopy butt. Yeah, it's really awesome. No, there's no other kids in the planning. 2 is enough. We have a mom, we have a dad, and 2 kids, so that's enough. The first year are horrible, if you ask me. It's very tiring, and I'm 37 years old, and I feel like enough is enough. So we don't need more. We were like fire and water. Yeah, we certainly were. It was insane. I see that sometimes happening with my kids as well. So I'm a little bit afraid that they go in the same direction. But often you also see the other side, so that they're playing along nicely, and that's a very enjoyable moment as well. Lol. Nice. Well, that's basically it, what I wanted to share. As a little bit celebration of the amount of viewers that I have. To be fair, I don't have a lot of other things to share. I can show my YouTube studio, what's in the back end. I can share my Figma file for the thumbnails or whatever. What are the things you want to see? I would love to know. I'm 40 and happy, have no kids. I can relate to that. If you are happy and have no kids, then why change, right? But having kids, it's tiring, but also very fun to have tiny little creatures that want to get blood under your nails. That's a Dutch saying. Bloed onder nagels halen. And but it's also fun to make fun of them, watching them grow, teasing them a little, and helping them, teaching them things, because I love to teach, so that's awesome. So that's always nice. I have my students, they are like my kids. Yeah, students are like kids. Depends on what kind of age they have. So I get the benefits of the good moments with the kids and relax. But you're just like a grandparent then, because then you have very similar things. My grandparents are having very much fun with the kids, but they're glad that they're at our house when they go to bed. So that's always nice. one advice would be to keep your kids away from technology and social media until they're like 7 or 8 years old. Social media, I do agree. Technology, I don't necessarily agree. Because it's the way we're going, right? We're using technology everywhere. Why hinder them from using it and trying to understand how to use it? Now, I'm not saying do that full time, do it all the time. I mean, I have my tablet over here, which I see the chats and see the touch panel. It's a 2018 tablet. And I want them to experience how you can use such kind of tools. I want them to experience how you can use it. And I have a pencil with it, and she needs to learn typing. So that's the things that she's learning a little bit as well. And 3D environments. How can you pinpoint to a section where you need to go? Swiping is a very common thing you do. So having at least a little bit basic technology skills really helps. And what I also notice is that a lot of people are afraid of using technology. So having kids already a little bit growing up with understanding how to use technology is what, at least from my vision, a very important thing to do. My students are between 5, 18 and 20. So they can be devils. Yes, that's a very big range. What kind of thing do you do? Do you show them how to do skating? Because you're a skating choreographer. Damn it! Again, a word I can't say. But I guess you do something with choreography. This is a very, very shitty stream, I guess. I'm so sorry. But at least that's my kind of thing. I agree. Oh, social media is double-edged sword. Yeah, I don't want them to go near social media. That's something that I think they need to be very active and knowledgeable on. That they can share things, but not everybody shares their opinion. So I think I want them to be around 16 years old and to really have an understanding on what the double edge is. For figure skaters, awesome. Then I can understand why you have students between 5 and 18 years old. How do you come across Dave Dan? How do you know him? Or really love to know. By the way, a very nice thing that I am also doing right now. It's 100% dangerous, yeah. And I'm experimenting a little bit is with these kinds of polls to see to understand what you would like to see. So, for instance, I'm a designer, but nobody's interested in design principles. And nobody wants to know how to get clients, but animations are things that people are interested in. So perhaps I can teach about the basic animation principles, how you should use them. So getting into animation and motion design, I need to learn that as well, to be honest. So I can learn and teach right away. And having step-by-step tutorials. So that's amazing. I also want to see what kind of videos you would like me to make, because I was using Jet Engine. Most people want to see Greenshift and Bricks videos, so that's also awesome to see. So helping me out in these kinds of polls and understanding what kind of videos you would like to see and what could help you out is very awesome. I also see that there's ACPT most used. That's really funny. I guess this is because a lot of Greenshift people are using this. In the Netherlands, huh? You're Dutch? That's awesome. Animating is very fun. Yeah, it is. And with tools like Greenshift and with Bricks Forge, it's really easy to do. I must say, I really was surprised how awesome Bricks Forge is, actually. For the one-time animations, Greenshift and Bricks Forge are really similar. But now I'm starting to do staggered animations, where one animation happens after another. And I have to say, the experience with the timeline of Bricks Forge is just an amazing timeline. So I really can recommend Bricks Forge for stereo effects. Yeah, and that's it actually for the polls. So I will be doing the polls more to understand what kind of videos I could make. That would be awesome. We first met on the chat from Imran. Ah, nice, Webs Garden. And then we kept in touch through his Facebook until the day we started to speak together in DM. And here we are. Awesome, that's nice. And time consuming, yeah. Brick Forge has been my best purchase ever I did after Bricks. Awesome. You're also a Bricks Forge user. Did you use it already? Bricks Forge. I think a lot of people here would benefit from something more unique. You working with a pro bono client of some sort to craft something unique. Definitely more of a 10-12 long affair. Never goon. Ooh. Very, very goony. Benefit. So pro bono client doesn't make sense. I do have past clients that I can work with that I love to work for free. For instance, my mother has a website. I even have my own website that I need to upgrade. I just did. Because I wanted to be more around my YouTube videos instead of here are my latest posts. So I can do an upgrade for that one if you want to see a longer how-to step-by-step kind of thing. Thinking soup kitchen, non-profit, etc. I don't have experience with non-profit kind of clients or with soup kitchen clients, so I can't do anything for that. But would love. But I can see value into how I come up with this kind of design and websites and how to recreate it step by step using bricks. So that's something we can explore if you would like to. Dumb question, but do you think AI will take over your job one day? I don't think it's a very, very dumb question. I think it's a very good question, and a question that's asked really often, actually. It was one of the things that I talked about last week. And I think AI is here to take over some parts of the job. I think a missing connection currently is the human connection. So it can very well spit out some simple templates, some simple ways, and maybe in 4 or 5 years it can be a very good design and a very good section. But the connection towards human, the psychology and how people are experiencing the website is still a little bit hard to do with AI. I can see that in the future that will improve, but we're not there yet. And I don't know if they will ever totally improve in that sense. So I would like to see AI, I think AI in the next couple of years, at least for the next 4 years, will be something that augments the things that you create. So you can create icons, you can create some design examples with coloring, but there's still some fine tuning that needs to be done because it doesn't have all the human context and knowledge of all kinds of things. Funny, by the way, I just finished Interaction Design Foundation about AI. If you don't know what Interaction Foundation is, it's a website where you can follow courses about UX design, and one of the courses is about AI, and I agree with them. Let's see, where can I find them? Can I find them in my profile? Yeah, here I just finished it. It was today. Can I also go to the course? View course curriculum. And one of the things they talk about is how there's still some things in our head that we can't tell directly to the AI that it doesn't have in context. For instance, our cultural inheritance, how we perceive some kind of things. So there's still some things that humans needs to do. So I can see that there's some kind of augmentation, but I don't see them really taking over every part of the design of creating websites. However, just like Midjourney and ChatGPT already do, I can see some kind of augmentation that it adds some kind of things to there. So that's my thinking of AI. I'm putting it up for this lady, bro. I'm expecting every single feature that has except no way too bad at yes to do it. Yeah, you need JavaScript for animations. Or I'm going to old stuff as well. I'm working with Emma pages, bigger than Proform. Yeah, they really have a lot of things, BricsForge, and I really should look into the other one as well. I'm not pro by no means. I'm learning a bit. Nice. So I have 15 years of experience, and what I have found is most beneficial tutoring other people has always been less about instruction and more about shadowing. Yeah. That's I love to tutor about this, be a mentor, be a someone that teaches this kind of things, but I don't have any close contacts that are interested in those kinds of tutoring. More instruction-based kind of things, step by step helps. So that's why I'm doing it right now. Such a great subject. Very curious to see what it brings. Yeah, it might need perfect yet, but could be a lot of possibilities for us. Yes, I do think as well. I was against AI at first, but I'm beginning to warm up to the idea how it helps. Also, like technology has done so far. Yeah. I compared the way that AI is now growing. I compared it in the Greenshift group with photography in the age of portrait picture painting. People were painting portrait pictures, and then the first photographer came and just took a picture in a few seconds to create a still of a person. What would be very expensive to do for someone who is painting, but very and it made it accessible for all kinds of people. And that's the same thing that's happening with AI actually. And I do believe that the current versions we have is getting way better than it was, and seeing it grow is just it's just amazing to see. Same here. Yeah, get on the AI bandwagon. And if you want to do that for what's it called, for web dev, you could use V0 dev. Let's just for the fun. Let's do generate a stick header. I need to sign in. All right, I'll do it real quick. I don't want to show my login details. Let's see. Authorize. Account not found. Really? I need to sign up first. Let's do that. I mean, something like V0 is a very is a very amazing tool to use. And I also saw things, a tool mentioned a few times called Replit and Claude. I mean, your Claude suck, but Claude AI is already doing some amazing things as well for coding. So it's this one, Claude. Replit was also one for building websites. We could do also some experimentations for those as well. I'm afraid that you have to pay. Oh, you also have a free version. I see V0 isn't signing up. So yeah, maybe that's something we could do next time, to look at the AI tools that can be used to create websites. I'm very curious how far they are right now. Usually it's some kind of UX-ish, so a level 2 design. Not many colors, not really thought through at this point in time, but it does have some kind of structure, some kind of user experience thoughts on how to getting things in the right place. I think it will takes its place at some point, we'll manage to adopt and work with it. Yeah, it's a big jump in technology, but I think it's like everything. Can be scary at first, but we'll be fine. Yeah, for sure. And you also always need to adapt, right? It's not that you just have a certain point that you just start there. You need to adapt and also acknowledge that it's there and you can use it. With the interaction foundation, you also learn how to use AI for boring tasks. For example, analyzing a lot of data. You can just throw it in ChatGPT or in Claude, having the data set in Excel or in a PDF, and ask questions to AI. Please help me out. Do these kinds of things. But then you need to be very specific with prompting, and not everybody wants to do that. You need to prompt and ask a question again and ask a question again, because it's very often of the things you would expect. So you need to understand how to talk to AI for now. As a web designer, what specific aspect of AI would you like to explore more? I love to explore Midjourney, especially for creating placeholder images, of just giving a feeling of a website. Sometimes stock images are very stock imagey, and I love to experience how you can level up your website with great images instead of boring and bad images. Also, I'm not a good writer, so to speak, so that's where I think AI can come in handy as well. And I do understand principles. I do understand some kind of framework, like the brand story framework that you can use on landing pages. But how do you implement them well? How you can upgrade the text that's in there? And also, how would you go around and create those texts? What kind of images needs to be there? And I think the other exploration I would love to do is, because I'm doing videos as well, understanding how you do image to video text. I've seen some kind of things on the YouTube. Oh, it's just awesome and also laughable at the same time, that you have the stills of the meme images, and then they let AI, the dream machine, just do its thing, and then something happens, something weird happens. And it's very funny and exciting to see, actually. So that's also what I would love to explore. So images, video making, because I'm a YouTube channel, and a better copywriting than I am. A very good copyright assistant. I have to say, sorry, brother, I don't want to get you upset, but that's something that I love to explore. What kind of things would you love to explore, Agent 327? And other peoples in the chat can also say to me if they want to explore something. And AI, very curious as well. And yeah, it's fun. It's fun to have a lot of people in chat as well. No worries, to be honest. It has a different kind of feeling. It's nice to have, or look at all the things that BricsForge has offers. Pro form scroll operations. Oh, I didn't know that. Simple content management, straightforward. Would love to use that. Dynamic tags. Ooh, brains transitions. Need to explore that one. Yeah, the GSAP animations is my big thing. You also have next bricks, but it isn't as feature rich. You also see these kind of things happening more and more. The spotlight effects or something. But I couldn't find the naming of it. What's the name of this effect? Is it spotlight effect? Is it ray light effect? Or let me know. Oh, AI is a discipline, not an art. It's called cybernetics. Yeah. Now it's called human computing or collective intelligence. Yeah. AGI, right? It's something coming. My regards, I'd love to be able to use AI to create more complex designs like UI and special effects, maybe some VR websites. Wow. VR websites. I think VR experience should be more than just a website, right? I mean, then you should take a look at 3D environments. You have the whole field of view of a person that you can use. Why utilize just a tiny bit of screen? Why not utilize it the most what you can do? But using AI to help with that one, that would be awesome. And complex designs, yeah. I think AI would be able to do that. I think that even now you can do that with Midjourney. Perhaps we can look next week into how to utilize Midjourney in web design and creating complex designs. I know that somebody from design course is doing that right now, so perhaps take a look at that one. Design course. OG writers are individuals like Stafford Bear and Norbert Weiner. Lots of other greats. AI is a massive field with a 100+ year tradition. Yeah, that's true. I've been thinking of. I've been thinking. Mayday. We're thinking. What are you thinking about? I've been thinking of AR VR websites for a while and try to mix some technology together to see how far you could make it happen. So maybe in the future with AI. That would be awesome. How do AR or VR websites look like? Do you have an example? I never thought that would be something. Actually, VR website is probably not the right word. Can't really put a right word, but have something that you would mix websites, like a AR VR experience, right? would be the thing. Nice. What are you thinking about? Awesome. Well, this kinds of effect. How do you call this? Ray effect? Ray lights? I do love this kind of effect happening. Maybe I should do a tutorial about this, how you can create ray light effects, spotlight effect. I don't know what's it called. Help me out. I also, by the way, noticed that there isn't a lot of freely available design groups, communities. So perhaps thinking about starting that one up. So if you're interested in a WordPress design community, that's what I would like to start. More about design and less about the technical stuff. Come and join. Come and join me on Facebook. I need to set up it in a more design-ish ways, but yeah, people can join by Facebook. Oh, I need to open this up then first. Let's see how I can do that. If anybody's interested in a web design group where everybody is supportive, just like the other WordPress, how Bricks does it, it's amazing. I would love to have that as a designer as well. Now the stream isn't lagging. The time that I'm talking about this and you're sending a question, there's a little bit of delay. Yeah, so there is lagging actually. And that's done on purpose by YouTube, but I don't know how to fix it. Yeah, designer for... Yeah, all right. So, no, it's not lagging. There's a delay from when I get a question and from when you see it in the video. Or is it really laggy? All right, I will create something for specifically for designers, not for web developers, because Bricks has that covered. Not for WordPress developers, because Greenshift also got that covered. Not for specific tools, but for all kinds of tools. I think WB Tuts is very technical and in a circle as well. So I want to start a kind of open group. You always a small, like, yeah, SVG, gradients, shaders, and a lot of other stuff can help website look more 3D. Yeah, that's true. Having the death in there sounds good on my side. Thanks. But yeah, that was it for today. We had an hour and 10 minutes of talking. That's nice. I want to do this more often. If you guys are going to join me next week, that would be lovely. I don't know what I will be talking about, but I will want to talk about more things that will add value instead of let's create a website. I mean, everybody can do that. I want to be more interactive and more just adding more value to you guys. Not being the same boring thing over and over again. Just chatting about all kinds of things. So I love that you joined. And thank you for joining. And I will see you all next time. Keep designing. Now, as always, I have to awkwardly press the end stream button. So I'm going to do that right now. Bye bye.